What's going on YouTube, Void friends and family? Welcome back to Pren here. This video will be about EC, how to farm it and how to turn that EC into even more EC. I'm trying to make this as new player friendly as possible, but I'm going off of the mindset of you're already at level 65, you have some gear, you have some EC, that kind of thing, so you're able to do some things like patrols on your own or missions, stuff like that. So obviously we know about stuff like endeavors. That's super important to do. I mean, regardless of the EC, do them sooner rather than later. I waited and waited. I didn't start my endeavors until I was pretty much playing this game for 2 years. Yeah, that was a lot of time wasted as far as endeavors, but they do provide some EC in there. It's kind of chance on how much you get, if you get anything at all. Obviously there's other things like your duty officer assignments. The Admiralty also gives some EC. It's not all that much, but mainly the way new players can get EC really quick is to do patrols. Patrols are a really great way to get the EC. I mean, as long as you run the right ones. I find that running a science build, something with a lot of EPG, to defeat wave after wave, is really nice. The ones that I like really is the 9th rule, which I just recorded some me doing that, and trouble over Tyr. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right or not, but these two are my go-to for anything really as far as patrols. They're great for leveling up ships, but they're also really good for getting that EC. The thing with these is they're consolidated waves of enemies. So if you have, a science build with a lot of EPG and you just run just gravity well alone, you're going to be able to pile all those enemies and create, the damage to everyone. Obviously the faster you kill them, the more enemies you kill, the more items you're going to get. And you want these items because you're going to actually go to the vendor at ESD. So let's go over to this vendor over here. So this vendor, it doesn't really matter which vendor you go to. I heard something about Ferengis give half as much. I'm not sure how true that is, but if you go to a vendor and you tab over to sell, all that loot you just got from that patrol will be here, and you could just start selling it off. So we're going to actually just sell all of this loot and see how much we get. Let's see. If I had to guess, it's going to be just over, if not, it's probably going to be just under 500,000. Let's see what we get here. Alright, so 336,000 EC. That's really not bad for a patrol that only took us a few minutes. Where players can make EC very quickly is by buying and selling bridge officer training manuals. Believe it or not, you could buy these very cheap and sell them at 10,000% more than what you paid for them. Obviously, certain ones are going to sell a lot quicker. The specializations such as Intel, Miracle Worker, Pilot, Temporal, all that are definitely going to sell quicker, especially if it is a space one. So let's just go down to like Intel Team 2. You could buy that for 2,000 EC. And once you buy that, you could turn around and look on the exchange by just typing in Intel, searching, and then going down to Intel Team. That is the first copy of Intel Team 2 and is going for 250,000 EC. It's a far cry from 2,000 EC that you paid. Again, people buy these all the time. There's no shortage of lazy players in this game, myself being included in that. Sometimes you can't be bothered to take the couple seconds to walk downstairs and grab it. Sometimes you're not near a bridge officer trainer and you just really want to get this build done, that kind of deal. I'd rather just pay the markup and get it over with. The way I make my EC is by buying and selling on the exchange. Just to note, we are at the beginning of our summer event on Armada, so the market is definitely a buyer's market right now. It is insanely volatile. Everything's at a discount. People are panic selling to get them infinity boxes to pop those promo ships, and we're just going to scoop all kinds of stuff up. First and foremost, the biggest ticket item, the most volatile item, is going to be lockbox keys. You should always start your search with the keys. These move so quick. I'm in no way a key whale. I don't have any sway on this market or anything like that, but I do search this. Now, this is an average price for the timeline we're in right now. You do want to watch this though. Sometimes people forget to put zeros here. So they'll sell 10 keys for 10 million EC. Believe it or not, it happens a lot. I've bought hundreds of keys this way in the past 4 years. It's ridiculous. With the new mail patch over, I usually just, I could send them back to them or meet up with them, something like that. Back in the day, I would just put on zone chat, hey, I just bought keys, give me a screenshot, and I'll give them back to you. But yeah, so you do what you want. It's up to you, but just know that people forget zeros all the time, and it happens. So there's a bunch of things you could search in the exchange, but you always want to go back to keys in between. So you search T6s, you go back to keys, you search duty officer assignments, go back to keys, and so on. So one of the other things you could search for is fleet marks. So let's go to fleet credits first. That's the first thing that popped up. So these are not really at a discount right now, in my opinion. I usually buy these not to flip them, but I run a fleet, so I keep these in the bank for my members' fleet credit bonus pools and fleet mark bonus pools. The main thing you want to look at here, though, is the value that the game is assigned it, which is 100,000. Believe it or not, people post it at that value or under. That happens a lot of the time, and if it's at that value, it's definitely worth scooping up. You can also type in Fleet M for fleet marks, and these are definitely not on sale in my opinion. Sometimes, most of the time they are at $1 million, but this is not a sale to me. There's also other boosts you could look for. CXP, commendation experience. Nope, nothing there. The main thing I like searching for is T6 ships. They are a very high ticket item, but they're very, very worth it. Now, as a reminder, we are in a summer event. This is a buyer's market. These prices are extremely low. So the summer and winter event, typically, that's when people are spending all their hard-earned money on the game. They're just flooding the market with all these ships. Everyone has extra lobby. They're trying to get these infinity boxes for the promo ship. So this is your time to buy up, stock up, and resale later. I've been buying so many T6 ships this past week. I have, I think, 7 or 8 NXs, 2 of which were 2 additional ones that I just sold. A Kelvin, a Dreadnought, there's so many, and I'm stocking up because in between the summer and winter event, these prices are going to go right back up. It happens every single year for the last 4.5 years I've been playing, and it's just a matter of recognizing the patterns, the events, stuff like that. The average minimum in between events that I see is about 300 mil. It could drop down to about 285, 290 for a T6 ship, but normally it's right around the minimum 300 million. So like these NXs, they go from anywhere from 225 to 250 mil. It's all a matter of supply and demand. But again, T6s, it's definitely one of my go-tos. And again, we want to research keys. Oh, left the T6 in there. Should have done that. So no keys. Alright, so another thing you could search for is your duty officers. There's certain ones that are really, really valuable. The energy weapons officers are nice, but you have to be aware of the specific types. Normally the high selling ones are going to be your crit chance, crit severity ones, and your recharge time to beam overload. Now, there is no recharge time to beam overload here. I doubt it. No, but these ones also are high ticket items. These are not on sale by any stretch, but you might actually have them. Who knows? You might have opened up a duty officer pack and you don't even know you have a 400 million EC DOF. But yeah, the ones you want are the energy weapon officers with a chance to cool down beam overload. Going down, up, down that way. So engineers are another one. Damage control engineers, the matter antimatter, not the maintenance. Technicians are a little dated. Nobody really uses aux to bat anymore. At least not that I'm aware of. If you are, please watch some of our videos. There's been some changes. And I would say medical too. The nurses are really important. You go through the nurses. Let me take that purple off. There we go. All right, so you go through the nurses. We'll just scroll all the way down just so I can show you what we're looking at. All right, right there. So these two, don't mind the color, white, purple, it doesn't matter. But these are two different duty officers as far as where they can be placed. I did cover this in a duty officer video, but if you look at the upper right hand corner, it says common ground duty officers. The other says active space duty officers. So they both proc the same thing, hull regen, but one can only be slotted in space and the other can only be slotted in ground. The ground ones affect space. That's why this guy is 100 million EC. Now, I'm not saying this is a fair price or anything, but these are very, very sought after in the PvP community. I don't believe there's any variant of purple ground nurses, but I could be wrong. Just because I haven't seen it doesn't mean it doesn't exist. So that's pretty much it for DOFs. I mean, there's a couple niche ones, and it's like very specific. So I try and stay away from those because they don't move as quickly, and I don't want to be relisting everything. The other thing I search is upgrade accelerators. So the average price is about 500,000 each, and these aren't really on sale in my opinion. You definitely want to stock up on these if you see them, significantly cheaper than this. They're really good to have for upgrades and whatnot. One of the last things is going to be your fleet ship modules and your starship upgrades. Just click on, make sure somebody didn't forget a 0 or something like that. This is kind of base price. I mean, it is a little low, but that's mainly just due to a summer event. There's really not too much profit to be made there. But that's pretty much it, guys. I mean, that's how I make my EC, at least. I hope this helps someone. This was a requested video, so shout out to the person who suggested it. We're always looking for content ideas, stuff like that. After playing the game for so long, you kind of take a lot of things for granted. Like, the new players, they're struggling learning the game, and to you, it's just common knowledge. But anyways, I hope this helps. Like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff, and I will see you guys next time.